Well, hello and greetings. Okay, so it's nighttime and I'm having a hard time trying to fall asleep because I am upset about something. I'm not in the best mood, but I'm going to do this story time anyway. Okay, so this took place in the year of 2007. I was working at the Bush Airport. Okay, so the person who I used to ride up there to the airport worked there as well. And I also used to ride home with them because we were going the same way. But there would be a third party, a third person who was always riding with us. Just a freeloading type of person who never offered any gas money, but the person who was driving me and this other person home was very generous and nice, and also very timid. Just don't like confrontation. But I know if I'm driving somebody home every day, that we get off work at the same workplace, they gonna come off some type of gas money. I have never saw this person give gas money to the person who was driving me and her home. And then, at the time, this person who I'm about to expose, that he was riding with us to the Bush Airport, she had a very nasty attitude. And she was always mad or irritated about something. Majority of the time, it was about a dude, a man. So one day, while we was driving, and the person who was driving me in her home asked her, "Why you so mean?" And then this person who never gave any gas money in order to get home said, I don't know. A lot of people ask me why I'm so mean, and I don't understand why I'm so mean either, because I get dick all the time. Really? And is that what it is? You want people to know that you be getting it in? Whatever. Okay, and so, here goes. One particular day, me and the person that was driving, and the person who never gave any gas money, we had got off of work at the same time. So as soon as the person who never gave any gas money got in the car, and we were already seated in the car, she starts going off on the person who was driving. She starts saying bitch, hoe, and stuff like that. Looking back, it seemed like I could have intervened, but keep in mind, I was trying to put some shit together. I was trying to figure out, why was this person going off on the person who was generous enough to take her home and me home. I couldn't process in my head why she was mad at the person who was driving, because I don't know, she was just going off and just saying all types of shit. And I'm sitting in the back seat the whole time thinking, what the fuck is this girl problem? And why is she going off? The next thing I knew, we ended up at her house and she was finna get dropped off. So she took her time getting out the car, still cursing and going off on the person who was driving. And then she opened the back seat where I was at to get her backpack that she took to work with her every day. And then while she was getting her backpack, there was a bunch of half-empty water bottles. And while she was getting her backpack, she looks at the person who was driving and saying, you need to clean out your motherfucking car with all these fucking water bottles, hoe. And then she slams the car door. Now, rewind. If that had been me, and I'm taking somebody home who's going off on me, let me tell you what I would have done, because I'm very hateful at times. You know, I just don't show it. Because people think, you know, just because I'm quiet and I don't say much, just don't get on my bad side. But let me tell you what I would have done. I would have stopped at the gas station and I would have pulled out a $20 bill. And even though my car would have already been filled up with gas, I would have asked her, could you please go in and put $10 worth of gas on the pump and you can get you something to drink. Bring me something to drink also and you can have the change. And as soon as that bitch would have went in the store, I would have started my car up and I would have left her motherfucking ass right there at that gas station. And I would have turned up the music, laughing my ass off, because I would have been like, okay, now, find you a way home, bitch. Like, for real, though. And something had to have been wrong with this girl. This girl had to be bipolar. Because the person who was driving never ever did anything to her at all. You would have thought that the person who was driving was probably liking on the girl boyfriend or something, but I could not process and understand what was going on. I really couldn't, and it just really just made me irritated because, like, after she dropped this girl off, after the girl got dropped off, we driving home in silence. Now, I didn't say anything to the person who was driving. And, you know, I wanted to ask her, why was your friend going off on you like that? But I didn't. Because I knew that the person who was driving already felt bad. I already felt so bad that the girl who she dropped off, who was her friend, had shamed her, humiliated her. And so I would just never ever forget that. And this happened so long ago. This happened long. I'm trying to think. Was I pregnant with my daughter? No, I wasn't pregnant with my daughter yet. I wasn't pregnant with my daughter yet because I met my baby daddy at the same Bush Airport. But yeah, I would just never forget that because I couldn't believe that this girl, like, bitch, the person who was driving is nice enough to take your fat ass home. You don't offer no gas money. You don't offer to to even have the audacity sometimes to say, well, could you stop at Jack in the Box or could you stop at McDonald's and get her own self something? Don't say to the person who's driving, do you want something or not? Especially on check day. But yeah, I still think about that to this day. And I want to ask the person who was driving to this day, like, what was going on. I never ever brought it up back then. I'm gonna say a week after that happened, I wanted to ask the person who was driving, like, what was going on. But I was so happy that the person who was driving had sense enough. After that, she didn't pick her up. She didn't give her any more rides. Any more rides. I'm gonna say for a week. Then probably 2 weeks later, I guess the girl that was going off on the person who was driving apologized because she started back giving the girl rides to work and back home. But yeah, I just don't, I can't understand. There's other story times that I would like to do, but it's a sensitive topic. Some of these story times that I would like to talk about is a very sensitive topic. And I don't want to seem like I'm going in on anybody. As if I, bring some shit up or things that I can remember from my memory about some things that used to happen back in the day is going to hurt somebody's feelings. So I have to be careful how I get on here and say things. But my thing is, if you watch my story time, and I'm quite sure some of you are watching, especially the ones who are in the family, if I didn't say your name, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking about you. So what are you in your feelings for? What are you mad for? You don't have no reason to be mad because I didn't say your name. It'll be different if I title the name of my YouTube video, well, this person named Tanya, this person named John, or whatever, or this fake ass person, and then say the person name, then you have a reason to be mad. But if I did, that's the point is, if I didn't say your name, you don't have no business being mad at all. Because this is my channel, and I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to say. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm not holding back what I have to say. I'm tired of biting my tongue. And later on, I'm going to stop not saying the person's name. Later on, I'm going to start saying people's names. If you get upset, oh well, stop watching me. Fuck. I'm not, for real. I'm tired of people doing stuff to hurt me, and then I can't do nothing back because of their feelings. Do you think about my feelings? When you do something to hurt me, no the fuck you don't. So I'm going to say what I want to say on my channel. Understand? But now that I've given that story time, and that happened so long ago, like I said, in 2007, I remember a whole lot of shit that used to happen back in the day, but maybe tomorrow morning or later on, if I'm still not sleeping. If I can't sleep, I will come back on here and I'm going to give a story time about The next story time that I'm going to do is going to be about me dating this old man. That was a fucking mess. And it was so funny, like, because I'm going to tell a little bit of the story now. Because he had the audacity to say, you know, I'm coming over and picking you up and taking you out to eat and spending time with you like a man should. And I act better than these young dudes who are sorry ass motherfuckers. He said, you know, I think it's time you and I should take the relationship to another level. And I want us to start making love. When we go get physical, when we gonna get intimate. And you know what I said? And I say, well, you know, in order for you to keep a younger woman like me, because you are 50 years old, I said, when you gonna start eating the candy apple? When are you going to start licking and eating the candy apple? If you can do that for me, and when we don't have sex, then that will determine whether or not I'll let you make love to me. But he's like, you know what? You are so nasty. He's like, that's all you want me to do. And he's like, you one of them trifling young women. I'm like, well, if you think I'm so trifling, why you want me? Why you want to date me? But yeah, I'm going to tell that story probably tomorrow. Yeah, that's going to be a good story time. Okay, but yeah, I'm done with this story time. It happened a long time ago, and I will never forget it. Because I was in such shock and disbelief that what was happening, I couldn't really process and understand what the fuck was going on. And this was back in the day when me and my family had cable all the time, and they always used to show reruns of this show called The Nanny. And I used to love that show, The Nanny. On cable, they used to show several reruns of that show. But yeah, that lets you know how old this story time is. But yeah, I'm going to end the video. This is the end of the video, y'all, and hope y'all enjoyed it. I know it's a little long, but until then, y'all stay blessed.